Hi, welcome to the Wise Owl Knits Fibercast. I'm your host, Cheryl Beckrich. My website is wiseowlknits.com. I'm on Instagram as Wise Owl Knits with two S's on the end of knits, on Facebook as Wise Owl Knits. Thank you so much for watching me today. I am doing this Fibercast so that I can just talk about all of my fibery pursuits. I'm mainly a knitter and a knitwear designer, but I also do some crochet, a little bit of quilting and sewing, and I recently got an antique auto knitter Ligari 47 circular sock machine. So I'm spending some time learning how to do that. I haven't been super successful yet, but that's one of the things that I'm working on. Today I'm wearing my light summer tee, and it is knit in Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. It's a little wrinkled. Sarama fingering weight yarn. Here, I'll move down. You can see a little bit. Move my chair out of the way and do my squats. So the light summer tee, it's a top down circular yoke t-shirt, which is super easy to knit. It is in fingering weight, so that does make it take a little bit longer, but it's light enough that you can wear wool in the summer. I'm sitting outside in my backyard on the deck, and this is the area of my deck, I'll show it all to you later, where I do my knit nights every Tuesday night. So we call this the knitting pavilion. It's covered, but it doesn't have sides, it's open, so as long as it's not raining or super cold out, we knit out here. We've got some heaters for the spring and the fall, and we usually have 5 or 6 people spend a couple hours on Tuesday night. A lot of it is talking, but I help people with whatever they are working on, whatever they need help with. It's not really lessons, it's really social knitting with any instruction that you might need. And the people that come to knit night can knit any of my patterns for free, so I give them my patterns. They do pay to come to knit night, but it's a pretty nominal amount, and they pay for 4 and get the 5th one free. And it works out well. We've got a really nice group of women. So we do our knit nights out here in the knitting pavilion, and I thought I'd share that with you today. It's nice out. I thought it was going to be a little bit cooler because when I left for work this morning it was about 65, and it has been kind of cooler the last couple of days, but it's starting to warm up now, so I'm going to probably be pulling my sleeves up and maybe have to do a wardrobe change in the middle. So anyway, the light summer tee in Sarama from Chicken Lady Fiber Arts, and the color is teal 'C, which might mean something to some of you, but I don't. I know it's a character or a name in one series or another, but I don't know what it is. I'm not clued into that. So that's what I'm wearing. I am participating in the Shark Week Challenge. You've probably heard about it a little bit on Instagram and on other podcasts, but the Shark Week Challenge is put on by politically incorrect knitters, and the premise of it is you email in what you want to knit, and they write it down, they're going to keep a log. You don't cast on until the first day of Shark Week, which is July 11th. You have to bind off by the following Tuesday, July 18th. If you finish, then you're eligible for prizes. If you don't finish, you have to rip it out. But the one good thing is everybody who enters will get some prizes. There's a whole host of podcast and dyers and designers that are participating, and you'll get a sticker from each one of those, and you'll get a Shark Week sticker also. So it's going to be very, very fun. I am going to knit, oh, I forgot to get what I was going to knit out, but I'm going to knit the Stash Buster shawl, and I'll put a picture of that in, and I'm going to use some yarn that I got from Mystery Mouse Knitting, Holly, and I got it at the Knitting McPurley retreat. And the color of the yarn, it's kind of a blue and white mixture. It's called, I think, Cozy Lake Retreat. So if that's not correct, I will correct it on the screen, and I'll add that on as I edit afterwards. But the Stash Buster shawl is a shawl that is designed to knit with just one skein of yarn. So if you have a special skein of yarn that you've been saving, and you start at one corner, and it's an asymmetrical triangle, but you start at one corner and it gets bigger and bigger, and you increase every 4 rows, so it's a gentle increase as the shawl gets wider, and you weigh your yarn along the way. So when you're I believe it's 3/4 of the way through, then you start decreasing, but you decrease every 2 rows, so it's a quicker decrease on the other end, and it's designed to make sure that you use up all of your yarn. So that's the Stash Buster shawl. That has been a paid pattern on my website, but now it's a free pattern. So go and check that out on my website. Maybe you'll choose that to knit for the Shark Week Challenge too. You know, I work full time. It's not a super big pattern. Excuse me, there's bugs here. It's not a super big pattern, but it does take some time, and I'm gonna have to really push it on the weekend and the evenings to make sure that I get it finished, because I do not want to frog. I'm not going to be a happy camper if I have to do that. So join the Shark Week Challenge. In the show notes, all the specific rules are listed, but basically you're going to send in your intentions, what you're going to make, to politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com. You need to do that before the 11th, and there may be an earlier deadline than that, but you send that in to them and get registered, and you have to send your address and your email so that they can get you the stickers and any prizes that you win afterwards. So join up. It's going to be really fun. So that is the Shark Week Challenge. Now, I promised that I would have a giveaway last week, and I did a random number generator to choose my winner from the people that made comments on the last Fibercast. And the person that won is, I sent her a note already, but her name on YouTube is Caterpitters and Sniddles. Caterpitters and Sniddles. I sent you a message, but if you don't see that, then send me an email at cheryl@wiseowlknits.com, and I will get you your prize, which is a kit to make Sharky, which would be lovely to make during Shark Week. Super doable in a week, and just a fun pattern. So the kit includes, it doesn't include the finished shark because that one's mine, but it includes all the yarn. It includes the buttons for the eyes, the stuffing, which I didn't bring out here because that's not that pretty, a shark bag, which I made myself, so it's certainly not perfect. Forgive my not so great sewing, but it works. It's lined, it's got drawstrings, and It will hold your Shark Week project just like it should. So Caterpitters and Sniddles, send me a message and I'll get your prize out to you as soon as possible so that you have it in time for Shark Week. Okay. Next, I want to show you something that is new on my website, and that is the stitch tubes, which can connect to your needle and extend your needle so that you can try your clothes on or your sweater on if you've got a top-down sweater, or to hold sleeve stitches on a top-down sweater while you finish the rest of the body. Lots of times where you need to hold stitches for later, or you need to stretch things out. Say you're making an afghan and it's all squished up on your needles and you want to see what the whole thing looks like. You can use these stitch tubes to stretch everything out so that you can see it. I wanted to show you an application of that because I do have a top-down sweater here. Let me grab this. I am making a second Wildflowers tee, and this is a new design that I've been working on. And the first one I did in 5 colors, but in this one I'm using 3 colors. I'm actually using the main color, which is green, and that is a Tuscan Knits yarn. And then I'm using a sock set from Sweet Mountain Crafts. So the heel and toe color is up here at the top, and also a few places in the pattern. And then the main color of the sock set is the variegated pinks. So it's really fun, but as you can see, it's all scrunched up right now. So I'm going to use the sock tube to spread it out so I can see really what it looks like. And I'm just going to insert the end of the needle into the tube. I'm going to do that on both ends. Got it in another tube here, or another needle. There's only one size of these, but they seem to work on many sizes of needles. And you can just, once you get it on there, you can just spread your stitches out and they will just go live on the stitch tube for a little while till you can see what your sweater looks like. Just kind of working things around. Okay. So now I can better see what is going on. This has not been blocked at all. So we have a little rolling at the top and at the bottom. But this is the Wildflowers tee in 3 colors rather than 5. And the stitch tubes. Here's the Wildflower tee, all blocked and pretty in some Knitty McPurley yarn, and this is the 5 color version. So that is the Wildflower tee and the stitch tubes. The stitch tubes are now available on my website. That's my first product that I've added besides knitting patterns. So I'm not gonna add a lot of things, but I'm gonna add 2 or 3 things, and I've got several ideas. So as time goes by, you may see something new pop up every once in a while. And the first is the stitch tubes. They come in a set of 3, so 2 36-inch lengths and 1 24-inch length. What I just used on the Wildflower tee was the 24-inch length, and that's plenty big for most things. If you would prefer different lengths, let me know, and I'm sure I can work that out too. So The only color that I have so far is sky blue, but I may, if people like these, I may add a few other colors to that also. So those are the Wildflower Tea, which is a design in progress, and the new stitch tubes. Okay. I've had kind of a, I don't know, not a bad day today. It was just kind of a weird day. Some different things have happened this week that nothing bad, really some good things, but it's kind of put me in a tizzy. So I feel like I'm not that I'm ever really put together, but I'm not as put together as I normally would be. And I didn't plan this quite as much as usual. So hopefully I don't sound too much like a scatterbrain. I'm going to show you the Trini-Trio sweater, which is a new design that is in my website. So available for purchase now. I had asked my future daughter-in-law, who's a really good artist, to draw me a coloring page for the Trini-Trio. So if people want to try it in different colors, they can color the page and try things out before they commit to knitting them. So I'm going to add this to the pattern and also put it as a picture on the website so that people can print it out and try it out ahead of time. So that is a sketch by Allie Beck Designs, and just a coloring page for the Trini-Trio. She's so good. I tried to do it, and it's just so amateurish. So I'm glad to have her around and to have her willingness to help. So that's been really fun. Okay, the next thing I have is a finished object. And this is a blanket that I've been crocheting on my off time at work and sometimes in the evenings. That is for Birthline. So it's a baby blanket that will be donated to help moms in need and babies in need. It's an acrylic Lion Brand Mandala, and it's fun to work with. Everybody who sees it is like, oh, that is so pretty, but as we all know, it's the yarn. The yarn changes colors, and we just get to enjoy the color changes without having to work in a lot of ends. So that is what I've finished. We've talked about my designs. My Solomon poncho, also still in the works and about ready to start testing. The tech editor is back from vacation, so she is working on that this week. She told me that she would have it back to me by July 9th, but I'm sure it will be back sooner than that because she is usually really quick, and I think she would rather give me a later date and exceed expectations than to promise something quick and not quite make it. So I expect to have it back early to mid next week, and then the testers can get started on that. If you would like to test, you can either send me an email at cheryl@wiseowlknits.com, or you can go to my website and click on Learn, and then underneath Learn is Groups. So the group for the Solomon poncho is right there on the website, and you can request to join the group. I don't look at it constantly, but within a day for sure I will accept your request to join the group. So if that's something that you would like to do, I do have the basic yarn requirements on the group page. So even if you want to go on there and look and then maybe decide that's not for you, that's fine too. You can just let me know that you want to leave the group if you decide you don't want to. I used Skeins Outlander DK, and it's really a great yarn for cables. It has wonderful stitch definition, and the cables really pop with it. That yarn is exactly the same weight as Cascade 220. So if you don't want to order from Skeins, and you certainly don't have to, but their yarn is really pretty and rustic, and just a good price too. If you've got something else that's a worsted weight yarn that is comparable in weight, you should not have any problems getting gauge. And I haven't put the pattern for the gauge out just yet, because I want to make sure that everything is okay with the tech editor. I hate for somebody to swatch and then me have to change something. So when the pattern comes out, the gauge information will be there too. And you can hear some ambient noise because there are dogs in the neighborhood. They're barking. I was afraid that somebody would start mowing their lawn as soon as they came out here, but that hasn't happened, so great for that. I want to thank you all for all of your great comments that you added to the last Fibercast. That is how I chose the winner. The winner of the giveaway, which was the Sharky kit. So you had to make a comment to win that kit. And I am going to do one more kit this week. So add your comments. You've got another chance to win. You probably will not get your kit in time for Shark Week, but if you're still interested, please leave a comment. And I love reading all of them. They're just really fun. And I will pick another winner and make another bag. I will say the next bag will probably be a little bit better because I am still learning how to do that. But yeah, just add your comments below, and you don't have to really say a lot. You can just say, I want to win the Sharky kit, or you can comment on anything you'd like to comment on about the Fibercast, or really whatever you want. They'll all turn into entries. To read a couple of the comments from the last time. Oh, this is funny. Shelly says, I love your podcast and I think Sharky is cute too. I only wish I could come to your knit nights in person. I think that'd be great fun. I'm bummed for you about your boot camp. It's the last time I talked about boot camp that I've been going to for 7 years, which was really a morning exercise class for people of my age, people of a certain age. And the teacher, it was at a local high school, and the teacher that has been teaching it got a new job, so boot camp is ending, and I was just a little bummed out about it, and really everybody in the class is. So she says, I'm bummed for you about your boot camp. It's sad to see times change. Have a great week. Lots of comments saying that they thought Sharky was cute, and he is. Chicken Lady did tell me that her husband has an auto knitter sock machine and worked about 4 hours a day for 4 months, she said, to learn how to make socks. So I'm not feeling quite so bad. Another one of the videos that I watched, and a lady it's called CSM, I'm not sure the exact name, but I'll find that and put it in the show notes. But she has a whole series of videos on how to use the sock machine, and I like them. I think they're pretty helpful, but she doesn't have them cataloged in order, so they just jump around from thing to thing, and I'm finding that a little challenging. So, but anyway, she said it took her a full year to make a sock that fit her. I did try and do a practice heel last week, and I had another one of my epic fails where things got really tangled up and I had to take it all apart and start over, and then I ran out of time. So I need consecutive hours of time where I can just work on that. And that is sometimes hard to come by. I think what I'm going to work on it next is the weekend after July 4th is my son's bachelor party. That was Bar Lisa. And so they are all going to be camping. My two sons, my husband is going down just for the day. I told him that when we were getting married, parents didn't go to bachelor and bachelorette parties, and that seems to maybe have changed a little bit now. But he's going to go down during the day and then leave the young guys to themselves in the evening time. And I think they're just going to camp and do a little bit of target practice. They're going to go on a bourbon tasting. There's a couple of distilleries that are down in Brown County that they're going to go to. There's a really nice brewery down there too. So I'm sure they'll hit some of those places and have a designated driver so that everybody stays safe. But if I can get my husband to stay down there for a while, I'll have a decent chunk of time where I can spend trying to learn how to make a heel. And then I've also got to learn how to do the ribbing. Some of the socks that they have shown on the videos have kind of a folded hem where you do maybe 20 rounds and then you pick up the stitches and put them on the needle and then do one round that's a knit two together round to make a short little cuff. I'm not sure how well that stays up, but that might be a good first step before I go to the ribber. I haven't tried the ribber at all yet. So the sock knitting is truly an adventure, and hopefully I eventually get better at it. But I can get it started. I can start the waste yarn. I can correct any drop stitches. So I'm making progress, but I've got a long way to go. And with that, I think I'm to the end of my Fibercast today. I truly appreciate you watching, and I'm sorry I'm so scattered today, but I really do want to thank you for taking the time to look, leave comments, like, subscribe. Again, I'm Cheryl Beckridge, and I'm the knitter and the designer behind Wise Owl Knits. I'm Wise Owl Knits with 2 S's on Instagram and Wise Owl Knits on Facebook. I'm on Instagram a lot more than I'm on Facebook, but I kind of post on Instagram and it goes to Facebook. So I guess I should apologize probably that I don't see the Facebook comments quite as quickly as I see the Instagram comments. Instagram is my main thing, and I've always thought that I should be on everything, but there's only so much time. And so Instagram and YouTube and my website are my main focuses. And the other stuff is there. I've got some stuff on Pinterest and other places, but those three are my main focus. So thanks again for watching. I hope to see you soon, and good luck in the Shark Week Challenge. I hope to see you all there. Bye. This is the Knitting Pavilion where we have knit night every Tuesday night. So if you're in Indianapolis and want to join us, send me an email.